All right, so the first Global Anti-Apartheid Conference on Palestine is underway in Sandton in Johannesburg this morning. Well, the conference aims to set the basis, they say, for the mobilisation of a global anti-apartheid movement to hold Israel accountable for its crimes against the people of Palestine. For more on this, SABC News international reporter Khayelihle Khumalo joins us live now from Sandton. Khayelihle, a very good morning to you. Talk us through what we were expected here today, and I guess more pressure being applied against Israel here.
Well, absolutely, Crisalda. It's been a very riveting past 3 days here in Sandton, where quite a number of activists from civil society, but also the government, representatives as well from South Africa, so many countries as well who are sympathizing with the Palestinian cause. You know, right here in SADC region, you had South Africa as well, Namibia, so many countries as well from so many continents. In fact, even as far as New Zealand, really just a lot of people saying that it's high time that Palestine becomes a very free country, but also their fundamental rights are fully respected, especially now, Crisalda, also where we've seen South Africa going back to the International Court of Justice, appealing for more measures, but also calling for modification of the previous measures, saying that Israel should withdraw its forces in Gaza. As you know, that the situation is very untenable and rough. But joining us now is one of the activists all the way from New Zealand, John Minter. So, John, thank you so much indeed for your time. We're just talking off air about the significance of this gathering, especially at such a critical time where the situation is really just worsening in Gaza. Tell us about your presence and just important much global solidarity.
Yeah, well, kia ora koutou. Yeah, it's a real delight to be here. This is it's such an important gathering. It was organised here before the October 7 events in the Middle East, but we're just delighted that South Africa has taken this initiative, not just the initiative with the International Court of Justice, but this initiative to run this international conference to say the world joined together to fight apartheid in South Africa, and the world is now joining together to fight apartheid in Palestine. So, yeah, we're delighted to be here and to be part of this.
And obviously a lot of people are drawing the parallels between the situation back in the days in South Africa. You were quite vociferous in New Zealand in pushing for the boycotts in terms of the sporting activities, and also looking at the current situation in the world. I mean, you still have those who are still quite determined that Israel's got a right of self-defense. But what can we expect in terms of the declaration during the course of the day, just in terms of your input?
Well, I think the most important thing that will come out of the declaration is support for BDS, boycott, divestment and sanctions, because the world did that to fight apartheid in South Africa, and the world can do that again to provide international solidarity for the Palestinians. It is a Palestinian struggle, it's led by Palestinians, but the international community has a really important role in bringing pressure for change. So our role outside is to push for BDS.
And just once again, John, before I let you go, I mean, this global solidarity, you know, I suppose it's quite important because, I mean, I remember South Africa's international relations and cooperation minister, Dr. Naledi Pandor, said after their fight against apartheid, there hasn't been any movement as powerful as that one. So this is also just a similar initiative to try and re-galvanize similar support, irrespective of race and, you know, just a respect of any country where you're from. So I would imagine that's a similar approach that's being applied here.
It is a similar approach, and I think in terms of human rights issues, yep, this is an enormous international movement. It's a movement that's right there on the streets now. It's the people of the world expressing horror and outrage at what Israel is doing to the people of Gaza, but a very small number of people in the leadership of Western countries is protecting and defending and being complicit in the genocide with Israel, and my own country's involved in that too. So, but the people of New Zealand, the people of South Africa, the people of the world are saying no, 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 and as the people of the world, we have enormous power to bring pressure for change if that power is coordinated well and directed well, and this conference is a key part of doing that.
Jen Minto, thank you so much indeed for your time. So, Griselda, really just hearing a perspective from one of the anti-apartheid activists based all the way from New Zealand, right here in Johannesburg, to be part and parcel of this gathering. So, during the course of the day, we're expecting a declaration that will be adopted, but also we know that there'll be a memorandum that will be handed over to the South African authorities through the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. Really just once again marking quite a very pivotal moment, how South Africa and other countries really, they've been pushing, calling for the quest of self-determination of Palestinians to be realized.
Khayelihle, Khumalo, thank you very much indeed for your time on that one.